I'm Matt.
I'm Anne.
And this is 8-Bit Family. So we thought we'd do something a bit different on the channel this week. We watch a lot of movies here at 8-Bit Family HQ, both in the house and we go to the cinemas quite a bit. So we thought it'd be a good idea to do a new series where we review new films that have come out and just give our opinion on pretty much any film that we see that's new and that's that's new and that's been out recently.
Yeah. We do mostly watch horror films, so that's largely going to be what we will be looking at. We have watched horror films, like really gross, nasty stuff, or like really cute Disney type stuff.
Yeah.
There's not really a mid-level, is there?
I mean, we watch some like action stuff, sci-fi stuff. Like I'm a big Marvel fan, so I like all the superhero stuff.
That's true. That's true.
But like the majority of the stuff we watch, both at home and at the cinema, is horror movies at the end of the day. And we're going to start off with a horror movie, actually.
Oh, I just want to jump on in real quick. I'm very sorry. Hold that thought. Regardless to say, but some people don't seem to understand. We are now going to be putting a spoiler warning in place. We will be discussing things about the following movie. We're going to put it in the title, but again, spoilers, because I don't want to be that person. So it's your own fault now, basically.
But the film,
Sorry.
It's alright. The film we're going to be doing is actually the remake of Child's Play that came out in cinemas, I believe it was June time. We managed to catch it just probably at the tail end of it being in the cinema. And yeah, we're just going to give our opinions on it. Hopefully, if I figured out how to use Adobe Premiere right, we're going to put the trailer below so you can watch the trailer while we're talking about it. And we're just going to give our general feelers of what we thought of the movie. And if you agreed, put your comments below. If you didn't agree, put your comments below, and we'll see what people thought. We'll just crack on with it, talk about it for a bit, see what happens, and hopefully we'll do this with more and more films, because we've got loads that's coming out soon that we're going to see. Because we're going to go see Scary Stories,
Cannot wait.
which comes out very soon.
It, second
We're
part
going
of
to see It Part 2.
Very excited.
We've recently seen Midsommar as well, so
Yes.
we're doing a review of that very soon. So yeah, horror movies galore. Keep your eyes peeled for more videos coming soon. But yeah, let's get stuck into Child's Play. So really the premise of this one compared to the original one, they've kind of set it in a modern era where Chucky the doll, or Buddy, as...
Well, the brand is Buddy, but it's basically it's a little doll. You plug it in, it connects to the cloud. To be fair, I did like that they put like a modern twist on it. I thought that was cool.
It was very like Skynet-y from Terminator mixed with like modern day Alexa in the.
Oh, you're gonna set her off now.
in the respect that it was a kid's toy. But it would connect to the Wi-Fi, it'd learn from you, it'd learn from the internet, and it'd adapt to its environment. So
like a modern day Furby.
Like a modern day Furby, but with like the mindset of Jeffrey Dahmer.
It was strange though, because it did act like a kid.
Very much so.
It would watch something and kind of mimic you in the way that a little kid does.
Yeah, and I think there was parts in that movie where we both you kind of empathise with Chucky, because he was learning.
It's like a toddler.
It was like a toddler learning new things, and you just didn't know like whether to feel sorry for him or root for him. And it is an interesting watch, and it is an interesting play on how they've done it. Because in the original one, obviously, it's the serial killer that gets
put into Chucky,
like magically put into Chucky somehow. But yeah, it was really cool how they tied modern day technology in with it. It's not really gone into in great detail how Chucky gets corrupt in this new one, and how technology gets corrupt that far that it kind of turns on its owner, which was kind of a bit disappointing, because they never really explained how it went haywire. All they went was, there's a bit of like context at the beginning where some woman's returning it to the store, and she's like, oh, its eyes went red and it started doing weird things. And that's about as much context as you give into why it's going weird, really.
When am I allowed to start complaining?
You can start complaining now if you want.
Brilliant. One of the things that bothered me, and it sort of didn't really bother me until I'd let the movie settle for a bit, the whole technology overtaking us, robot overlords, it's very, very dated, dare I say. I get that it's still a thing, it's still scary, AI is better than ever now, but I feel like the whole kind of moral panic of where is technology taking us, I don't feel like it's an idea that's particularly fresh anymore.
I think if this film had come out maybe 2 or 3 years ago, when stuff like Alexas or Google Chromes were emerging on the market,
She's gonna listen
it would have had a lot bigger impact.
Yeah.
It certainly was. For what I think, it certainly wasn't a bad film. It wasn't as tongue in cheek as the original Chucky.
I want to jump back on in here. This is another one. This is another one. I get very ranty when I'm angry. This is another one of my main complaints. Obviously, the original, it's so camp. It's cheesy.
Yeah.
It is tongue in cheek. Like, all the murders and killings are so completely ridiculous and over the top. And I felt like this remake was trying. It didn't quite know what it wanted to be. There were moments where we were like, yes, this is like a really beautiful homage to the original. But then there were other moments where I was like, this just isn't. It's missing fun. For me, fun was a big part of the Chucky franchise.
Yeah.
Sorry, the Child's Play franchise featuring Chucky.
I mean, like, there are some really good one-liners in the movie, and there are a couple of phrases or one-liners that he picks up from other characters in the movie, and
like a child.
Like a child, like, if you swear in front of a child will eventually swear, which is what Chucky does.
Yeah.
And there are a few gruesome deaths in there. Like, you've got the scene where
again, jumping on in.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, very important. Spoilers for definite now. We need like a sound effect or something. Should we just do our own? Meh. Okay. Okay. I didn't so much like the learning aspect. I love they tried to do a take on technology, but Chucky in the original obviously is a serial killer. He is a deranged adult. He already knows all this. Whereas it didn't feel organic to me. The way that this doll, toy, companion, whatever you want to call him, went from like, hi, I'm your best friend, to, I'm gonna stab everyone up.
Yeah, its motives change throughout the movie. So at the start, it hurts people because they're hurting Andy, which again, it was Andy in the original. The kid was called Andy in the original, and it was actually more of like a protector figure, and he was harming like the douchey stepdad. And
we're gonna have to bleep that. Is that a swear? Does that count as a swear?
No. And so it's acting like a protective figure at first, but then it kind of adapts into like a jealous figure, and later he kills some random black woman just because this black woman says that she's friends with Andy,
I really liked
the
her
old
as
black
well.
lady.
She was such a nice, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, believable character. Just the sweet lady who lives down the apartment complex. Who had a soft spot.
But its motives changed too much. Like,
it's very inconsistent.
Yeah, it was very inconsistent. Like, I kind of wish they'd gone with the jealousy thing from the start. Like, I think the protective thing was a bit too out there, but if they'd have stuck with the jealousy thing, and he could have like turned around and killed all his friends that he was hanging around with and spending more time with.
Yeah.
Obviously, he killed the old black lady. But yeah, those inconsistencies did put a bit of a downer on the movie. But going back to what I was saying before about the actual, like the murder scenes and the gruesome parts in it, there are a few gruesome deaths in it. Like there's the part where
I'm gonna be honest, I can only remember the stepdad.
The stepdad being run over by the lawnmower,
which was very satisfying.
And then
I hated
there's
it.
the pervy janitor who gets dropped onto the buzzsaw.
Oh, he deserved that.
So there are some good deaths in that movie, but from what we've come to expect of the Child's Play and the Chucky movies in the past, nothing in comparison to some of those older movies. What I did like about this one as well, however brief though, because it was only at the end, they introduced several like models of Chucky.
Well, the whole thing was that the Chucky that the kid had was like the original version, and they were setting up a big
release.
The word. For Buddy Point 2, Part 2.2,
2.0, yeah.
That's the one. So that was kind of what it was all leading up to, and they had different models, as you were saying. I'll let you
like like at one point you see like I'm pretty sure like a leprechaun outfit for one of them. And then there's the bear. The teddy bears, which are absolutely horrifying, like
really cute.
At the same time, really cute.
And anyone who's into SCPs, it really reminded me of SCP. I think it's 163.
Yeah. Didn't know the teddy bear that kills people. Yeah.
Spoilers again.
Yeah. But again, very brief. Only in the last 10 minutes, these are the dolls. Chucky brings them to life, and they start attacking people in this mall.
Again, though, why?
Yeah, again, he doesn't have a motive. But I think overall, I didn't think it was a bad movie. I think when you bring out a re-release of a cult classic, you either go hard or you go home. And this movie didn't go hard.
It
kind of went halfway. I'd watch it again. No doubt I would watch it again, and I'm sure the more you watch it, especially in that end scene in the mall, that's kind of like the most chaotic scene where all these like buddy dolls are coming to life, all these different varieties of buddy dolls, and there's like drones decapitating people, and just like loads of crazy stuff going on in the last 10 minutes of the movie, and all the rest of the movie's a bit of a slow burner, really.
No one died. I was kind of keeping an eye on the time, but no one died until about the halfway point through the movie.
Yeah. But I think like with remakes of films, like we were saying before, we've seen It Part 1 and they did that so well. And there's versions of like obviously the cult classics like Halloween and Friday the 13th that have been done well. I think they've been done well as well. But I think if this movie is to stand up there with remakes of cult classics, it doesn't quite hit.
I'm sorry,
it doesn't quite hit the mark.
I'm such a snob with remakes of classics. I have very high expectations. Yeah. I'm sorry. Shout out to one of my big sisters, Caro. I remember her lending me like Halloween on tape and watching it like in this grainy footage, and Mum didn't know. Sorry, Mum. That I probably watched them a bit too young. But that's what I loved.
Yeah.
I loved the old like kind of 80s era of films, and I mean, this was 88, wasn't it? So it's still kind of in that era, and I just
but I think to round it off, like personally, we'll give individual scores of what we thought in a minute out of 10. But I think to round it off, my final thoughts would be, it was a good concept setting it in modern day and doing AI technology. Yes, a couple of years late for its time. Really, it should have come out. This movie should have come out a few years ago, when with the rise of AI and stuff like that. Not as fun as the original Chucky movies, because the original Chucky movies were essentially horror comedies.
Yeah, I'd agree.
And this it took itself a bit too serious for my liking. Still a decent movie. I'm going to give it 6 out of 10.
I am not. There were really good bits. Overall, give it a watch for sure. You said you would watch it again. I probably won't. I don't know how much more I would get out of watching it again. Yeah, bits I liked. A lot of it I didn't. I'm going to be quite harsh, I think, and I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10.
So 6 out of 10 and a 4 out of 10. Like I said, there's going to be plenty of movies we're going to be seeing over the coming months.
We will probably argue.
We're going to be going into like Horror Movie Central, going into like October.
Can't wait! It's nearly Halloween!
Over the next couple of months, there's going to be so many wicked movies released. So we're going to get this video up soon. We're going to do a review of Midsommar, which we saw recently, and then it's Scary Stories, and then It Part 2 on September the 6th.
Hopefully.
So keep your eyes peeled for those videos coming soon. We hope you enjoyed this first movie review of the first movie review of this series that we're going to be putting up on the channel. But yeah, let us know what you thought of the remake of Child's Play. Put it in the comments below.
Try and change my mind. I love it when people try and change my mind. Maybe I'm being a snob.
Yeah.
Challenge me. Let's do it.
But yeah, thank you very much for...
But don't be too horrible. Okay.
But yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked what you see, please click subscribe and hit that ding-a-ling-a-ling-dong bell. We brought that over from the last video.
You brought that over from the last
video.
video.
That's the new catchphrase. So yeah, hit that ding-a-ling-a-ling-dong bell, and yeah, thank you very much for watching 8-Bit Family. Bye!
Bye!